the change they needed the most.
Check this out. I'm Beatrice Henry.
And I'm Jonathan Henry. We've been going to City of Truth for about a year and a half. Before we came to City of Truth, my wife and children regularly attended church. I visited church kind of sporadically here and there. Never really had a serious moment to where I just kept going to church. It was kind of like special occasion kind of thing for me. Even though I grew up in the church, I didn't go on a regular basis before City of Truth.
I would say for me, the difference between the church that I grew up in and City of Truth is less tradition. It's not, we go to church and we do the same thing just because it's what we've always done. It's a difference of a godly community for me, and I can tell the difference of just being in church with people who go regularly versus people who actually want to be there, want to be in the Word, and are part of a godly community.
New Life in Christ, City of Truth, it's been a whirlwind of changes for me. There's been a lot of issues that I've faced in the past that I almost band-aided and just overlooked. So since being more in Christ and coming to City of Truth, I've been able to tackle a lot of those issues and instead of running from them, and that's difficult for me because I'm really good at finding busy work so I don't have to focus on things, you know what I'm saying? I'll focus more on my strengths and I'll kind of bury some of the other issues that I have. But coming to City of Truth has really helped me pinpoint some of my issues and open up and actually work on fixing them, you know. So for me, it's been a beautiful thing. As far as my marriage, even with us, we've been a lot closer since coming to City of Truth. The togetherness has been at an all-time high since I've been attending church on a regular basis, and that's kind of strange for me. I think a lot of people like, Jonathan goes to church every Sunday now, and I'm like, yeah, I do. You know, so it's been beautiful, you know, just really growing and just stepping my game up, honestly. Like, and it is what it is. I just stepped my game up, you know what I'm saying? I got a ladder, stepped it up, you know, stepped it up good.
Since finding New Life in Christ, I would say the biggest thing, just like Jonathan was saying, was being able to be more open about some of the things that we just kind of brushed under before, and being open and being transparent and saying, okay, this is what's going on. Because I feel like sometimes that we've said this before too, like this is exactly what we talked about before we were, you know, came to church. And it's just really good to hear that same thing when you go to church and not just hear it and hear that you're doing the wrong thing, but this is what you've been doing and this is how you can do it better. So that's awesome. What I would say to someone who's never heard of City of Truth is come ready to be open. Ready to be open to, one of the things that I would say is like the biggest thing for me is the godly community. One of the mottos is we exist to see lives change through the lives of changed people. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. You can see people who have been changed and want to help you change as well. Also with that, I would say it's a place where you can come as you are, but not want to leave the same. So you can come and just be authentic and unpack and say, okay, this is what's going on. Show me how to fix it, or show me what I can do to be a better person and be closer to Christ. I would say for me, what brought me to City of Truth is just the shakeup in what was going on. There were some things in our life. I remember praying and saying, Lord, I want my husband to have some Christian men in his life. And the Lord sent us to City of Truth. I know Pastor, we have mutual family. And so I knew him and I know of the church, but I've only, you know, visited once. And I'm like, I know this is a place that my husband and I will feel will be comfortable. So I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to church. I'm taking you to a new church this Sunday. And he was like, yeah, I'm not going, or he was reluctant to go.
I wasn't. But once I started coming, it was pretty obvious that this was the right place for me. One thing I will say that I wasn't ready for was all the hugs. They start coming out of nowhere. Like, and I don't really like hugs, and like, you know, I'm like, people are hugging me like all on me. And I wasn't ready for it, but I'm actually getting used to hugs now. I'm not so weirded out when people hug me. So it's a lot of genuine people, and the hugs come from everywhere. So be ready for the hugs. They're coming.
Absolutely.
Everywhere. Bathroom, somebody hugged me up. Oh. I was in the hallway on the water fountain, somebody hugged me up. I mean, the hugs they're everywhere. So be ready for the hugs.
I would say to Pastor and Lady Jaye, thank you guys for being an awesome example of what it is to live a life that is modeling after Christ. Just like I said before, the godly community, being able to come in and be accepted and to be loved by people who you can tell that want you to be better and will go out of their way to help you to do that. It's just an awesome feeling.
I just want to tell Pastor and Lady Jaye, thank you, and everything is greatly appreciated. It's kind of hard to believe that I'm turning into this man who enjoys coming to church, because that's never been me. You know, like it's kind of strange, but I'm enjoying it, and I just want to say thank you. And to the people that go to City of Truth, don't be afraid to get involved and just do something different. Step outside of your comfort zone, because that's something that I had to do, was step outside of my comfort zone. So don't be afraid. Join, enter some groups and just become a part of the city.
Change is good. Be open to it.
Change is good. Look at you plugging it.